So today, I want to talk about the principle of relationships as agreements and how I view it right now. Because I plan on actually investigating like what it means and ask questions to the right people, just to, like get more clarity on that. But right now, I feel like I want to have like a reference of like my own personal like view of it before actually having like all the answers handed to me by just asking and just getting the right information, which is obviously what I'm going to do after. But before, I wanted to have a look at like how I see it right now. So when you say relationships as agreement, what you mean is that basically I no longer allow feelings or emotions to, like, I don't base my relationships on feelings and emotions. I base them on agreements, on agreed terms, agreements, right? And when I say that, usually how it sounds like is that, oh, but what about love? Love is a feeling and an emotion, right? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, is this like dry relationships? That's how it sounds like, and I agree, it sounds like this. But like, let's actually have a look at it. Like, does it really mean it's dry? Or does it mean that, I actually don't know how to explain that, but it's like, listen, what I mean is that letting feelings and emotions dictate our relationships, like base our relationships on feelings and emotions, led us to the world we live in right now. Do you find it good? No, it's not. It's not good. The world we live in, the society we have, is unequal, and because I can have a comfortable, luxurious life, people are dying on the other side of the globe, basically. That is inequality. And I'm going to this because if you say feelings and emotions or dictating my relationships, and they are at this point, because I still haven't gone through the process of like clearing out feelings and emotions to actually sort of agree terms with my relationships. So I am currently doing this. I am currently living in feelings and emotions, and all my relationships are based on that. I get that, and this is the beginning of my journey of, I will no longer allow this to be like that. I choose to do what's best for all, and to do what's best for all, it means that I cannot base, because feelings and emotions are in the mind, and they're created by self-interest, and they're used by self-interest. The mind is self-interest only, okay? Meaning that your ego, right? Basically. Because there's a difference between physical sensations and feelings and emotions. A physical sensation is, I don't know, your heart beats fast. Or, it's like you can feel the cold, like your heart beats fast, you sweat a little bit. This is all physical sensations, but not emotions. Let's say fear. Oh, my heart starts beating fast, I'm sweating a little bit, I'm afraid or anxious. The mind will interpret that and will tell yourself a story about it. That's what it does. And when you base your relationship like that on, oh my god, I feel like there's something, like my heart is full of love and I just feel so good, and when I'm with this person I just feel good, like my body feels good. Basically, it's your mind interpreting what's going on inside your body, your hormonal system, and just like interpret it, like it interprets it as this is love, and then it tells you all this story about I finally find love, this is the best person I've ever met, I'm never gonna find someone who's gonna make me feel like this, right? This is what the mind does to benefit yourself in that moment, because it wants something, it wants to be important. So what it does, it creates that story of, oh my god, this is love, I finally found love, some people never found love in their entire lives, I must be important, right? It's like all about, am I important? Do I matter, right? This is what the mind is trying to do, self-interest. And when you base your relationships on that, what happens is that if everybody acts based on self-interest, I act based on self-interest too. And feelings are an expression of that. Emotions are an expression of that. Of, I follow what my mind tells me. Am I important? Do I matter? What do people think of me? How am I in their minds? Basically. But when you say, like when you realize the impact it has, is that it gives us the society we have in where some people are more important, where we are not equal. I am more important, that means that you have to be lesser. I make millions, that means that some people need to die of starvation every day for me to be able to get to that point, right? So that's the inequality we created, and that's because we don't live by the principle of what is best for all. We don't value equality. We don't actually value it. We hide from it because we don't want it. Because if we say equality, it means that I am not better than someone in Africa dying of starvation. I am not more important. I am not better. I am equal as them. I am the exact same thing. And that's what it means when you say, I want what's best, like living by the principle of what's best for all. Because when you look at, because I was talking about relationships as agreements, right? When you look at relationship as agreements, when you create those agreements, you don't create them based off the mind on self-interest. For example, I have a friend and they should always serve me, always do what I want, they should give me all their money, right? Does that make any sense? Is that good? It's like, this is what I want, right? Because when my mind tells me, because of self-interest, because I can't see that I'm equal just as them, so we deserve the same. So I don't deserve more money, we just deserve the same thing. And if I understand that through this understanding of we deserve the same thing, then I want the same thing, and if I have more, then I will give, and then we're gonna get equal, and then we're gonna create a system that will actually support equality. Because even if you give to get equal, you can't, because of the system, money system we live in, blah blah blah. That's another topic. But for the relationships, and this person, what do they want? They want me to give everything to them, because they're also acting based on self-interest. So when you say, I will no longer participate within this equality and feelings and emotions and feeling of importance, and through the stories the mind tells me, and I choose, because this creates inequality, this creates the world we live in, this is not sustainable, we are all going to die, the planet is dying because of the influence human has on it, because of the inequality we created. So it's like, I will no longer participate in evil, and I decide to, and one step towards that is to stop basing to not base relationship on feelings and emotions, but as agreements. And all those terms that I will create within the agreement of those relationships will be based and coming from the principle of what's best for all, for both of us, for everyone else. So I agree within this relationship to support you. As, for example, if I was with a friend and we were creating an agreement within a relationship, would be, I agree. It's like we create this agreement of, I will support you. This is an agreement of a relationship. I will support you in every way that I possibly can, to do what's best for all. What's best for you, what's best for me, what's best for all. As equal, as one, as life, basically. And so, and I understand that you have your own opinions, because even if we do that, does that mean we're equal? No, because the mind still gets in the way. So basically, we will disagree, and I agree to the fact that we will disagree. I agree to the fact that we act based on self-interest. I agree to the fact that this relationship is not going to be perfect. I agree to the fact that this relationship is not going to be equal. Some part because of the system we live in and how we were conditioned to be, and the money system and the education system we had, and all of that. It's like all of those things that created inequality. We still participate in every day because there's no other way right now. But we also agree within a relationship to do what's best for all, meaning that we will change. Well, that we also agree on changing the system and on doing what. Anyways, it's like all those agreements basically. It's like we agree on this, and based on the situation I have right now, this is what I need from you, and this is what you need from me, and this is how we can support and uplift each other and turn each other's weaknesses into strengths, and to grow together, and to be a community, and to have real connection and all of that. And it's awesome because now we are both agreeing on this, and to also get feelings out of the way, meaning that I can still love you, I can still feel good when you're here, but I will not participate. But our relationships, our agreements is not based on how I feel. If I don't feel like it, I will still support you as much as I can, right? As much as possible. Anyways, that was my rant about relationships as agreements. Again, what I will do probably right now is actually ask some people about this, and just to have more context about it, to be able to really see it for what it is actually. Because it's like when you create agreements in relationship, and this is the last point, but when you create agreements in relationships, what happens is that no one decides the agreement. I don't. If I had a relationship with a friend, and then we were to have agree on some terms for the relationship instead of participating into feelings, I don't choose the agreements. I don't choose the terms. They don't either. No one does. We all do. And when I say all, I mean absolutely everyone, because again, these terms are based on what's best for all. So every single body on this earth also agreed to this within our personal influence and impact on the world, obviously. I'm not saying that you get everybody's opinion or whatever. No, it's like every single human being's opinion. No, what I mean is that considering all life on Earth, not only human, plants, animals, everything, life, as life. Considering life, this is what would make sense with a relationship. And this is what we need to be careful on, to not let feelings get in the way, right? So that was it. Basically, I don't think there's anything more powerful about relationships than just stop basing your relationship on feelings and emotions, but actually base your life on principles and your relationships on agreements.